Maybe I will keep it live. And we have a chat screen. Yes, we have a chat here. Okay, let me close the live on message on the MCT group, and we talk. We have Wendy and Zong so far. Patricia, Damien are coming.
Okay, here we go.
Joining the Zoom live. Okay, so all of you, Julie. Okay, Julie, you just arrived. Love to hear the bird chirping. Great. Okay, hey Julie. So all of you, Julie included, who just arrived, check the comments section, and you have a comment from Zong with a Zoom link. Click on the Zoom link and join us in the conference, and we'll finally get an interview with Zong. Okay. So I keep it on the side. So, Zong, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you very much, man. Sorry about that. I didn't know that Facebook removed the options. So, okay. So, Zong, tell us about your history that you have with MovNat. As people can see, you have a great gym behind you in Europe.
This is the gym right now.
Yeah, this is a huge space. And I would like you to tell us your own history with MovNat and how Sporthalle, the name of your gym, became the flagship gym in Europe.
The idea started in 2015. I was working with my at a doctor's practice as a sports scientist, and everybody who's not talking, could you mute your phone or your just mute it so that it's easier, and if you want to talk, just unmute. That's easier for the. So it's easier if you have background noise. Okay, perfect. Damien, maybe muting, and Alex.
Hold on, I'm just actually.
Yes, perfect. And Pensador, and okay, perfect. Good. We started in 2015 when I was working as a sports scientist at a doctor's practice, and the Martin Gruber, orthopedic surgeon, and myself, we were training, and we were thinking of opening up a gym. That was the main idea, because we wanted to add more training to all the patients that we had, because Dr. Gruber was doing surgery on the patients, then they went to physiotherapy, and then most of them got into an area, in a gray area, where they had nobody taking care of them, because from physiotherapy to doing sports again or being fit for the real world is a far distance, I think, because then we said we wanted to open a place where we really work with the people who want to train, and not like putting machines there. And we were looking for a concept. I put together a team of 3 colleagues of mine who were sports scientists, and we were looking for a training method which is functional, which is practical, and all of that. And the first thing that we came, what we found was, it was called parkour fitness, but it turned out that the parkour fitness was not really developed all the way to the end. And the guy who sent us there, it's Marcel Bergen, who produces the cube equipment. And then he got to know us, and he knew that what we were looking for. And then he told us, you guys should look into MovNat. And we was like, okay, what's MovNat? And then he said, we were doing some research. And then we found it on the internet, MovNat.com, and we did some research, and we immediately signed up for a workshop at in Munich with Bernd. And when we went to Bernd's workshop, we were really convinced with the system, and then that's the first encounter with MovNat. And that was the original story how we found MovNat. And because the main idea was to have something practical and where people can socialize, work together, train together, and not walk into the gym with their headphones on, go on the treadmill, go on a bike, and do some exercise where their minds are not here. And also the skill set was also a big thing, everyday skill set, where we said, okay, this is something practical, natural. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys. So that was our first step. And then the idea of our gym was to implement a course system where MovNat stays in the middle as a all-over training method. And we have built around the MovNat at Sporthalle. We have mobility, we have strength training, we have conditioning, and then we also have boxing classes. This was the original system, with the idea behind it: if you want to get your overall training, you do MovNat. If you lack mobility, for example, you cannot squat, or your shoulder mobility is limited, go to our mobility class. And then if your strength is limited, go to the strength class. And then conditioning, it's the same idea. And then we added boxing as a fighting course. And Pensador and Bernardo, can I ask you to mute your phone or your microphone, please? Okay. Good. That's the main concept of our gym for the class system, and our classes are up to 12 to 15 who we add in our courses. Jerome?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. So that's the main system of the Sporthalle gym, and with the classes of 12, it's pretty good, because gym size is it's big, but it's not that big. And I think with 12 people in the MovNat class, we can have a really good overview and still take care of their techniques.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, you basically answered my second question I had, was how do you run your MovNat classes? So you pretty much answered that. What my question I have with what is the most popular aspect of MovNat for your clients? What do they like the most when you teach them?
One big factor of our MovNat classes, or what our customers like, is the practicability. And it's not boring. It is something that you can use. And we've had problems in the beginning with explaining MovNat in one sentence. And this is a question that I've been asking everyone. But then people have to do it in order to know the system, have a couple of lessons or sessions with us. And what they really like is the gathering of the group, because in the beginning was kind of hard, because we started with client 0, client 1, and then we built up a community. It took like over a year, and I was at this gym like really alone with 1, 2, 3 clients in the beginning, and then we sort of built up a community, and the community aspect, where the people work out together. And then also it's not a really competitive thing, because we always stress that training MovNat, it doesn't matter if you balance 2 meters up on a really small bar or pole. it doesn't matter because most people they try to be in competition, and with MovNat it's not like that. We really stress that everybody works on their own level, and it's nice to have younger people who are really who have really good skills, and then also we have older people in the same class doing similar exercises with different difficulty stages. So this is one thing that our customers really like, and also that no class is like the other one. So there's also a mix. This is something that they really enjoy because it's like our classes are 15 minutes, and then a good class would be okay. It's already over, and I did exercise. It's not like that they look on their clock and look, okay, how long is this workout of the day going to take? I mean, sometimes we have tough classes, sometimes we have middle class, easier ones, and then somewhere in between we also have those classes. I mean, we try to meet everybody's expectations and try to work them like low level, medium level, high level. So these are the things that they like.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Zong. Next question is a very current topic. Obviously, you have a big gym, and you want a lot of people to be in this gym. Bernardo and Pensador, if you could mute your phone, would be great. Mute your microphone. Sorry. Yes. So, Zong, my question to you is: since your gym is now closed, how do you cope with it? What is the impact on your coaching and also on your on the business, and how do you react to that? Because I think you are having a gym like this, you are pretty much impacted by this.
The government closed all the gyms and all the activity with starting March 16th, like 2.5 weeks ago. So they limited, there was the time when all the gyms were closed officially, and they announced it 2 days before. I mean, we knew that it was going to happen sometime sooner, but 2 days before the gym closing, we were notified. So that means, hold on, I have to make light, I have to move. So we were trying to, and the closing day is until the 13th of April. So we knew, okay, in the beginning it was 2 weeks, and then they postponed it like after Easter. And I think it will go longer. And we were thinking of moving and switching to online, but we didn't know how. We just knew people, all the other studios, they were throwing out immediately online training on Insta Live, on Facebook Live. I don't know if some people did Zoom, but they recorded videos, and then I was not so into that online stuff. And I was trying to see what people did and what works good, and I also wanted to have it like high quality and not like shaking videos and stuff. So I have a colleague from who's training with us. He has a Taekwondo club, and he sends his competition fighters to our gym, especially to do MovNat and also the strength training. And he asked me, or he offered me his help because he switched to online, and he's a really specialist because he worked in TV broadcast. And we switched. I tried that because, and then the first thing I played with OBS. That's a video editing software for broadcasting, which is a free software. And just a moment. Can you hear me? Okay. And then I wanted to be settled with the software before I put on something online. That was one thing. So I managed to do the live broadcasting over YouTube live stream. And my first broadcast was on Thursday after we were closed, like 4 days after that. And then I saw, okay, that was working pretty well. So we had the first classes in the second half of the first week of closing. And we offered, and then one of my colleagues, of my workers, of my trainers, she wanted to do Zoom classes. And I was kind of skeptical in the beginning how that would work, because I didn't know, okay, how many people can you see and which software, and I didn't want to have like a barrier between all, because we have a couple people who just don't have an account. So I found it an advantage to use YouTube as a link where you click on, and then you don't have to have an account, because with Zoom you have to have an account, with Hangouts you have to have a Gmail address and all that stuff. So I wanted to add this. I wanted to limit the barrier to join that. With YouTube, we did that. So, and then the one trainer did also Zoom classes, and I joined that class, and I saw, okay, that was working well too. So I saw, okay, she had 8 people in the class. The connection was good. You could see everybody working, and she was like, she did Feldenkreis with them, awareness through movement. She did a class where the info is always, you just like tell the people what to do and don't correct, because in the class it's only verbal and not showing stuff at Feldenkreis. So that worked well. And second week after closing, we offered 24 classes. A mix between, we had 10 classes, 11, 12 classes of YouTube online live stream classes. And then we switched to follow along videos on YouTube, where we put it on Premiere. And then we have 10, 11, 12 classes we had as a Zoom, where Kathy and Spela, 2 of our coaches, were doing classes with MovNat, mobility, and strength and conditioning. We started with 8 people in the class, and then we're now up to 10, because Kathy said she's fine with 10 people in the class. And this week now we have also 24 classes, and next week. Just a moment.
We can hear you, Zong.
Phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Because my battery went dead. And we will switch from this week to next week to more Zoom classes. And the Zoom classes are only for our own customers. And the YouTube classes, they are for everybody. Everybody can click them. So we kind of split it. We have a free section with the idea that we do some advertising, that people can see us, what we do, how we work, what MovNat is, what mobility is, what strength and conditioning is. And then we have one limited section where only our own customers can sign up. They get the Zoom link over our software where the registration is. And then they can join us. And I saw a couple classes. Next week I'm teaching on Zoom too, instead of making YouTube classes. And we build up a library on our website, and also on our YouTube channel. You can see all the workouts. So we advise all the people that they can do any workout anytime and just click on it. So we have over 20 workouts now, 20 sessions to follow along. And then now we will concentrate on our own customers. So this is the idea behind that. And we will, because I've been in a network where all the studios are from German-speaking countries, are talking about this Corona crisis and how they cope with their customers. And some people suggested to write a letter for to their customers in order to ask them, please pay your monthly fee, and because we need it, and you're part of the community and stuff. And for our gym, because I've been talking to a sales pro who's who's giving his ideas of the crisis and how to cope with it. And what we will do now is we will just like normally withdraw the monthly fee without even telling them, because it's what we will do. We will take action in by calling every customer and telling them, okay, you cannot come to the gym, but we have switched to online class. We will take care of you. Our responsibility is to keep you moving while you're at home, now much more than before. It's needed. So the thing is, you can do live classes on YouTube. You can do guided classes over Zoom. Limited access, 10 people. It's like 2 less than our normal courses, but you have limited access. It's only for you because you pay for it, you get something for it. And then we also have a section where we have medical training. With medical training, it's like these people are patients who come from different doctors who have had knee surgery, physiotherapy, and then they train with us. They have a semi-private training, meaning that the groups are mostly maximum of 3 people. They pay more per session, and for those people we offer Zoom class 1-to-1, 1-to-3. This is something what we will offer too. And how do we charge them? We ask them if it's okay with them, and then they come to us and say, okay, I want to have an online class because we have emails coming in. I want to have online training, and then we charge them the same because it's the same time consuming for the trainer as a lesson if he would be here. And I switched from the free stuff. I'm doing less because now we had a lot of advertising, I think, because of our best clicked YouTube video was 450 times clicked, and then from week to week it dropped because one of our customers, because I was working out in front of the camera. Usually I'm talking and the other people are working out, and now I'm working out in front of the camera talking. And then he wrote, it's really great. I'm eating my popcorn on my sofa at home and watching you train, Zong. I was like, okay, that's not how it's meant to be. But now we have like on the live stream or on the premiere, we have like 10, 12 people really watching. That's about the class size that we offer. And then I think those people watching, they're really training. Luis, you want to say something?
No, desculpa porque eu sou bocado português e I'm listening only.
Okay, good.
Okay. Sorry.
So yeah, thank you, Zong. I think that's a great input. Can you hear me, Zong?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a great input. So you basically described many good options. I think this can be applied to not only big structures like you, because you have different trainers that you can organize yourself this way. But yeah, we have seen more and more free stuff, like we said at the beginning, and you could see that you get a lot of competition on the free content market, and you could see that you had less and less success. One thing that you all can say to your audience and your crowd is that they have to realize that they need you now and they need you after the crisis. And for you to be still here after the crisis, well, you need to make a living. So if they want to support you and because they need you, in the end, they have to understand that you cannot do everything for free. Would you agree, Zong?
I totally agree because my view, because I've been busy last 3 weeks by putting like organizing with my staff members, because I have 8 people employed and then I have like 4 other trainers. So we have 12 trainers at Sporthalle. So all that on the payment roll, the government helps us. I have every day some new laws came out. So this is like really, now I'm getting into that, and I know what the government plans. So I've been busy with that. But I would suggest you guys really, if you have your main clients, focus on them. Go to them actively, because I've been seeing gyms who just like, they're closed. They say, okay, we cannot open. We don't offer anything, but please pay your monthly fee. And this is also the other way around, because if I would be a gym like this and I would be in a gym like this, I would think, okay, why? You only offer equipment and I cannot use it, and you don't have any customer support. I just only use your equipment and you want me to pay? I say no. But if you like really go to your clients actively, call them, tell them, okay, what you have to have a plan at first. See, you have to switch to online, you have to get used to it, you have to know, you have to try maybe with a friend or with somebody you know, set up your own system. And if you have this, contact your clients, tell them what you do with them, what you're planning on doing. Nothing changes, just you talk to them over the camera and try to get them moving, because we all sit in the same boat. We are at home, we stuck at home. We should not go out, so we have to work out at home. But how do I work out at home? Because they need your help, and this should be paid. I mean, this should be worth money, because it's your time. If you want to put out free stuff, it's okay, because our idea was to put out free stuff to do advertising, to get more of the crowd going, and then maybe do something for the whole community. People can work out and all that, but for your hardcore customers, you have to call them and then offer them something, and then just charge them, maybe as normal if you do personal training. Shouldn't be different. Just the moment I have to get up.
Even the lights are shutting down.
Yeah, because if I'm not moving, I'm sitting all the time. Yeah, it's all automatic in this gym.
Okay, Zong, thank you. Time is running, and we still have to take the questions on the side, but I have 2 more questions for you. One was, how can MovNat advertise to the general population in your area as the way to keep healthy, happy, and fit, even stuck at home? So how do you deliver this message for people to understand that MovNat has been here for a decade, and we have always advocated that you don't need necessarily a gym, or you don't necessarily need the perfect equipment like you have behind you, but how do you advertise, the way we train? We always train using our environment like this.
The best advertising for us, besides having a budget, because in the beginning we had a big budget for TV, for newspaper and all these stuff, but the word to word, mouth to mouth advertising, that's the best. But in order to have that, you have to have a community. And then with the community, maybe on social media, you ask them to share your stuff. And this is one thing, your only community that you have built up. And then the mouth to mouth advertising. The second thing that we try now is we try through our contacts, because Sporthalle Wien is not only Martin Gruber and me and the coaches. It's we have 5 people in the background. It's Dr. Gruber, then we have a professional skier, and then like 2 business people who have their shares on Sporthalle. And all of these people have a lot of contacts, so we try to like spread the idea on different levels. For example, Dr. Gruber, he spreads it at the doctors, at different doctors conventions. So we try to bring it to the medical people, to tell them, okay, there is so much stuff. You have physiotherapy, and then what kind of sport do? You don't have to do sport. You just have to move naturally through MovNat, and that's the method. And then Dr. Gruber always says, if you want to play tennis better, if you want to play golf better, if you want to climb a mountain, or your basic stuff is you have to be able to use your body. And this is through the MovNat method. So this is one way that we try to spread it through doctors. Then the second thing is, my colleague Rudy and I, we're now teaching at the private university for posture, for dentists, future dentists, and there we're really I'm doing the curriculum for movement for future dentists, because the aim is to through their work they will sooner or later get problems with their body, because they have to work like this at the patient a lot of hours, and then it's a really novelty that we teach them how to move, how to properly train your body in order not to suffer so many problems after you work as a dentist. So we try to implement it there, and with every session that we do with our students, we teach them MovNat. They come in the class, they have the first thing that we do with them is natural development sequence for moving, like half an hour, and then we do the theoretical input, and then we do another workout. It's not only MovNat, but it's the most part that we do with them is MovNat, and get them the idea that it's not the gym where you move machines, so you have to, it's the idea that you use your body, how it's, yeah, how we're built. So that, because most people, they think of fitness and training as, okay, I have to push a machine somewhere. And then this is why we had the idea to have a gym, because people are safe in a gym location right now, because their mindset is different. It's hard for them to go out and like play like kids in the park. So we try to take a step before, put them in a safe environment that they know, the gym situation, and then make them crawl, climb, jump, and whatever. So this is the idea behind this. And the third part is where we haven't gotten in so deep now is school. We want to put it in the school system where we offer MovNat to physical education teachers. So I've been teaching 2 years now at a clinic for phys ed teachers, where they can spread the MovNat method. So we're trying to like do it like like for fitness people who are used to going to fitness studios, for the medical people who are in therapy, then for university people, and also for school children, and maybe also for kindergarten it should be implemented, but we haven't gone so far now. So this is the idea how we spread the MovNat idea and method in all these areas.
Excellent, excellent. I have a guy cutting woods next to me, so I won't talk for long. My last question to you, Zong, and thank you very much for all those detailed answers. I think it's great for the people connected. I agree with with you saying the community is very important, and I'm so glad to have so many people right now connected. We expect to have even more people on the next episodes. So I agree with you. We need to nurture our community. And my last question for you is: any specific message to this community, to the MCT community? Anything you would like to convey and say to them?
Like in the last year in summer when we did the L3 at Huevant, where I got to meet like a lot of great people from all over the world. And Damien is also here. He traveled the farthest, so he had the longest travel. And I I saw like the power in in that community, because the power is lies in between the idea that people who really do MovNat, they don't do it for money. I mean, okay, we want to make money with that and earn, but it's more like yeah, it's a lifestyle. It's something that we think it's good, and I think this is worth a lot, because other people, they think, okay, I'm going to make money. What's the best training method? Let's do CrossFit, because CrossFit has been all over. I mean, this is not the way I think it should be spread. And I think with that power of the MovNet community, it's easier to like really grow for yeah, for a longer time. Not, we don't have to grow fast, but I think it's more longer lasting. And the only thing what I think would be good is maybe a tool, something where people meet every year, maybe a convention, something once a year. All the people from Europe come together once a year. All the people from the US come together, and or somehow something where like now this meeting is great for people to like really see, okay, what do we guys do in Vienna, in Austria, and next week we're gonna hear Chi, how he does it in Boston, because I'm also following Chi, and he has also really great gym and also great impact. I mean, this is a really good first, but then I think coming together, having ideas, how the training worked, what's the idea between a gym system, a personal training system, and all these ways how we spread movement. Because most of you guys probably you teach your own clients one-to-one or in small groups, and some people have small studios, some people have bigger studios, and some people, yeah, they just like, they're MCTs but have no nobody to teach. I mean, they just did it because they like it. Because so many people, like in Austria, a couple of people did the MCT trainer license, but I don't think they're teaching. A lot of them are not teaching. So this is a big problem, and I think the big thing is to make it popular, more popular, because one thing that I didn't mention before is we want to also try to get to the hotel community. Like I talked to Jerome about that we, because most people when they go and make a holiday, they book a hotel, and then what's offered there, what kind of sports is offered? Yoga classes and aqua gymnastics. And then you have a gym where you have a bike and a treadmill and some lifting tower, and people don't know what to do there. And then my idea was, because most of these locations are in the big in the nature, and why not teach them to teach MovNat? Because people go there and they're going there not for yoga. I mean, yoga is maybe mostly women like yoga, but if you want to have a program for everybody, it's MovNat, and that makes sense for everybody. So we try to implement something like this, and I'm inviting you guys to work together as a team, as a big community, to maybe meet once a year, because I've been suggesting a meeting once a year, where we meet somewhere and have a big convention where we train together and have workshops, I think. Or maybe now we are learning how to do online stuff. Maybe we have online workshops, and we don't have the problem of traveling. But I think for the community aspect, it would be also good to see each other live. when it's safe already to to
To hug.
go within 1 meter.
To hug again. Yeah.
Yeah, to hug again and high five.
Zong, thank you very much for all these answers. I think it was great. You made great points. I can see the chat is going a bit crazy, so I try to keep up with the questions. But I want to sincerely thank you. I've been to your gym a couple of times, and I want to come back as soon as I can. We had many workshops scheduled. We have the combatives, we had aquatics. We have the level 3 again in July, so let's hope for the best. But I want to thank you for all the work you're doing with Kathy, with Dr. Gruber, and all your colleagues at Sportale. Yeah, with a gym like this in Europe, that can be a very good model for other gyms to maybe stay away from some conventional machines and think differently.
One thing, because
Yeah.
I have the community, some people of you, everybody of the MovNat community is welcome to come to us, train with us. Maybe if you want to set up classes, you can come to our classes, see how we do it. So you're welcome to come here. You just have to have accommodation. I can help you with that. But join us, and then you can also train with our equipment in the afternoon. So we have something for you. I mean, we have space, and Kathy and me and Stefan and all the MovNat trainers and Max, we are happy to have you here. And then, yeah, if you
Yeah,
want to set up an own business, we'll be glad to help you.
yeah, this is a great point, Zong. This is why I took the initiative to do this kind of talk every Friday, or let's find the best time for everybody, because we have so many ideas, so many projects that we are discussing. The only drawback is the lack of time and the lack of resources that we have to make it happen. But one step at a time, we'll make it. Your idea is to do a MovNat Academy to welcome all the MCTs, and I think that's a great idea. At least in Europe, and we could do it in the US. We could do it, in Australia, in or any continent where we have a very solid gyms like yours. Because I think it's important. We have a certification. You have your certificate in your hands. Then what do you do with it? And you need to be taken care of, and we are here for that as well. So that's a great initiative, and stay with us, Dong. But yeah, so thank you again. Let's let's take some questions real quick. It's been already 1 hour and 15 minutes, but we had a lot of difficulties at the beginning, so I want to go a bit further more. Questions from Wendy was, how do you define quickly? That's a great question. I like from a sales guy's standpoint that I was. How do you define quickly natural movement and MovNat? If you meet someone in the street and they see your MovNat shirt and they are like, hey, what is this? And they don't have more than 1 minute because they cannot stay close to you. They have to respect social distancing. How can you quickly summarize what it is and create their interest?
That's the toughest question about MovNat, but mostly when people ask me what MovNat is, I tell them it's a method where you learn how to move and use your body. And it's through a training system, because I always compare it with school. In school, you learn math, you learn everything, reading, writing, math. But you don't learn in physical education, you don't learn how to use your body. This is the subject for your body, how to use it.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I can tell you, I have 2 kids at home. Now they are doing homeschooling, and they have a lot of Zoom conferences. They have GoToMeeting, they have everything, but they don't have a sport class.
I know.
You know?
We now wrote an email and we will write it to all the principals in the schools near us to offer them online training, because most of the school teachers don't know how to do it. So we will send them a link for our of our MovNat classes and mobility classes. Maybe not strength and conditioning; they're not suited for children. But we will invite them to do those classes. And yeah, school. That, and if I would explain MovNat, it's like it's the basics of movement. It's how you move, and it's learning how to use your body. Period.
Yeah, I think it's a great answer. Starting from schools, and I invite the whole community, like Zong and Sportale are doing, to think about what are the opportunities now for you. What do you see around you? You see a lot of people struggling at home. Unfortunately, what we are seeing is a high rise of domestic violence because people are just getting crazy at home. So let's. I invite the whole community, you guys, MCTs, to think ahead and who you can reach in your neighborhood. That can be schools, that can be sport clubs, that don't know what to do with their athletes stuck at home. That can be a lot of things like this. So yeah, I hope we could answer the question, but yeah, and I agree that's a tough question. What is MovNat and what can it bring for you? And the other question was about the furniture, the home furniture that you need to do MovNat.
What do you need? At first, for NDS, you don't need anything but space. Maybe a floor. Everybody has a floor. So maybe for hanging, it's more difficult. I mean, I've been doing like a lot of online classes and trying to think what they can use at home. I use everyday stuff, like I do lifting with this. These are bottles. And I tell them, okay, people, that's how you lift. So we take everyday things that people have around if they don't have a weight. And then I tell them, if you want to have a weight, for example, a sandbag, take a sports bag, fill it up with books that you probably will never read again, and which are heavy. So maybe a sports bag with weight as a sandbag to lift and shoulder carry. Then some people of our, they have the beam. So this is like easy stuff. And maybe if they don't have this, it's a small piece of wood, because I have that at home. Just your foot has to be able to stand on it. Then you balance on one foot on the beam. That's easy. And then the third thing, I didn't know how to prepare, but maybe a stick.
Yeah, that will work. Yeah.
Or a broom. That's easy. And then what most people also have, see, I have everything around here. Maybe a ball for balancing and throwing, catching and throwing, and then also this stuff, So we have like your ideas, your imagination. That's the limit, I think. Whatever you can do at home, but maybe a box. And if they don't have a box, take a chair which is stable. Take your sofa at home if they have sofas, to step up, step under. If they work in pairs, then you can have your hand go under, go over. So use your imagination. I mean, for hanging, obviously that's kind of hard. Maybe you have a really strong eating table, diner table, then you can probably hang. Because I've seen on YouTube a video, or Facebook, I saw that the challenge where you climb around the table, then lengthwise, or this is climbing at home, but you have to have a really solid dinner table in order to do that. So that's your climbing part. And then with the door, I don't know how stable your door is. Our doors at home, we have wooden door frames. So we cannot do anything on the wooden door frames. You have to have it made of steel. But hanging is a problem at home, I think. This is something.
Yeah, but you know, I think for people who are not experienced with MovNat, it's good enough. You know, they have a lot of things to do.
For people not experienced with MovNat, you have the floor. And there are so many things you can do with NDS. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to explain to you guys, but try to maybe it's easier for me because I watch another coach do this. Okay, oh I forgot this movement, and then I implement it. So I'm watching all the other trainers do it.
Good. All right, Zong. So thank you. We will have to wrap up soon. A last comment from Bernardo was, you can also approach big gyms that have kid programs and teach. I have a program that I run. I got some jumping foam boxes, 2 balance beams, and 3 foam swords. I name it monkeying around. It's my lifeline during the summer months when the club is quiet. Yeah, you know, a lot of ideas like this. So what I suggest for all of you as well, and this is how I started when we were still on the MCT Facebook group chat live, was to use the free resources that you have at your disposal. Okay, first of all, you have the curriculum, because you have trained, you have prepared, you have passed the certificates, so you know what to do. But as a refresh, you know that you have all the YouTube video links. You know that you have the maps. Okay, you have also the MNOC platform if people want to be you know, coached by us, like the instructor side. But most of all, use the free resources and make your programs this way. You know, you can use YouTube links, you can create your own combos, your own emphasis, and send it to your clients to, you know, to make it happen. So you're not left alone. You have a lot of resources, and I wanted to highlight this. Okay. Thank you, Zong. Thank you very much. That was a great talk. We went a bit more. I would like to keep it under 1 hour because you know, people have other things to do as well. But I think as a pilot, you did very well. I appreciate. And for all the questions that were stuck in the chat that we couldn't respond right now, we will keep them. We'll keep talking. I will keep you know, communicating on this Facebook group to get more and more questions, more and more guests. And I think, you know, as we go along, we'll be even more, you know, used to this format. We'll see if Facebook changes their mind and wants to let us invite a friend, or we keep it on Zoom. We'll see all the technical things better than today. That's my fault. But that's for now. I appreciate it. Thank you again for all who joined. And any remarks, suggestions, feedback that you have after this chat will help us to improve. This is every time what we say during the workshops. We don't pretend to be the best in the world, but we think that we have a great community, and this is how we grow in this crazy world. Okay, so thank you again. We will leave the meeting now. Thank you, Zong, and see you later.
Bye. Thanks for watching, and hope to see everybody soon.
Ciao, Zong. Thank you.
Damien.
Thank you for everything.
Good to see you.
Take care.
I'm waiting for you to come to Vienna again. It's not that far. Okay.